If you're watching this video, chances are you do business internationally or you're planning on entering new global markets. Whatever your end goal is, you need to understand that it's crucial for your foreign customers to have a unique experience with your brand in order for you to see success. You can't just take what's working for you domestically and expect the same results abroad, due to cultural differences between your domestic and foreign customers. If you currently have a project and you're looking to get it properly translated by working with a language partner that has over 20 5-star Google reviews from satisfied clients, was named top performing translation firm of 2020, top translation services in 2021, and the 2021 leading global translation company by Clutch, a B2B ratings and review platform, then click the button below this video whenever you're ready to schedule a time to talk with me. But if you're still looking to learn more about the translation process for entering new markets, then watch this presentation until the very end to learn about common mistakes that companies make when trying to take their business abroad and how you can avoid making these mistakes. But first, let me introduce myself. My name is Olena Poliski and I am the Managing Director of Art One Translations. For the last 15 years, we have helped many companies translate their software user interfaces, technical documentation, help files, websites, company presentations, training courses, RFPs, videos, and marketing materials to support them in their international growth. What all this pretty much means is that for any translation project that you may have, there is a high likelihood that we've already done it before. So before you go ahead with your translation project, there's actually something that you need to understand about translation. Many companies don't realize that to be successful in a foreign market, translation is not enough. It's important that all your materials are localized. What does it mean? What exactly is localization? Localization is the process of adapting a product's translation to a specific country or region, and it is vital if you want to sound local and relevant to your customers abroad. Wouldn't you want your customers to read translations naturally, as if the text was written in their own native language and not just translated? To accomplish this, you need to localize rather than translate. Localization has 4 major components that make it different from just regular translation. These 4 components are: number 1, language barriers. Localization involves translating your content into the local language, which is essential for overcoming language barriers and ensuring that your product or service is accessible to the local audience. As Nelson Mandela said, if you talk to a man in a language he understands, that goes to his head. But if you talk to him in his language, that goes to his heart. Number 2, cultural differences. Localization involves adapting your product or service to fit local cultural specifics. This helps your brand and product feel relevant and builds a strong connection with your target audience. We all know how important first impressions are. So when you enter a new market, wouldn't you want to make the best first impression possible? If you do, then adapting to specific cultural differences in new markets is how you will gain the respect of your foreign customers from the very first time they encounter your brand. Number 3, improved user experience. Localized products and services provide for better user experience with your product and are more relevant and user-friendly for the local audience, leading to increased customer satisfaction and brand loyalty. Imagine that you're in a maze and you're given instructions on how to escape the maze, but the instructions are not in the language that you understand. Wouldn't that make you feel even more frustrated? That's exactly how your foreign customers experience your product with poorly done translations. Number 4, competitive advantage. Localization can also give you a competitive edge over your competitors, particularly if you are the first company to offer a localized version of your product or service in a certain market. One example of a company that has used localization to gain a competitive edge over its competitors is Netflix. Netflix began as a DVD by mail service in the United States, but as it expanded into streaming, it quickly realized the importance of localization. It began offering its services in different languages and with local content in various countries around the world. This helped Netflix stand out against its competitors, many of which were only available in English or with limited foreign language options. By offering a localized version of its services, Netflix was able to attract a large customer base and become a dominant player in the streaming market. Now, imagine your company achieving similar results and gaining a competitive edge over your competitors. Now, let me tell you about some of the mistakes companies that don't understand localization make. And please pay close attention to what I'm about to share, because these companies spend way more money than they need to, waste an extraordinary amount of time, and irreversibly tarnish their brand's image in new markets. If you didn't know, many companies use artificial intelligence for translating, believing that it will save them time and money. But machines translate words, not concepts, and you know better than me that the same term can mean different things in different industries, right? Only a human translator who specializes in your industry can make that distinction. Also, machines are unaware of the specific cultural nuances of your foreign customers, and it is extremely important to take the cultural specifics of your audience into consideration while translating. This is one of the components of localization, and it can only be done by native human professional translators. Think of translation as cooking a meal for someone from a different culture. A machine can probably follow a recipe to prepare the dish, but it may not know about cultural taboos or preferred portion sizes. A human chef who is from the same cultural background as your guests, on the other hand, can take these cultural specifics into consideration and create a meal that truly resonates with the guests. Similarly, a native human translator can take cultural specifics into consideration and create a translation that truly resonates with the audience it is intended for. Now, I want you to imagine what it would be like if you entered a new market not realizing that your translations are inaccurate. Imagine having your customers laugh at you because your sales demo, even though translated, sounds foreign and culturally inappropriate or even offensive to your audience. Don't you think it would damage your brand or even result in lost opportunities in that new market? Sadly, this actually happened to one of our clients, JSI Telecom. Before working with us, the company had thought that a simple machine translation of their sales demo would be enough to win new business in foreign markets. Here is what happened according to JSI's senior technical writer. We'd be standing in front of a client at a presentation, and they'd be reacting to the translation on the screen. The quality was so bad that our audience would laugh out loud. Trainers trying to explain something in different languages would often get called out with a mistranslation on the screen. They would have to apologize as they explain things. Now, imagine how JSI felt when people laughed at them, even though they are a very reputable company, a leader in their industry that has been in business for over 60 years. What if this happened to you? Wouldn't that be embarrassing? Using machine translation is a very common mistake that we see, which can cost companies a lot of money, and in the end, companies actually spend more money and time fixing their poor translations. Artificial intelligence cannot produce the same accurate translation as professionally trained and experienced human translators. Other companies explore another option, assigning translation work to their in-house employees who know the language of the market that they plan on entering. Here is why that's also a bad idea. So imagine you have an employee who has good language skills and the best intentions in mind, but they don't have access to specialized translation tools to enable efficiency and consistency with terminology, and they don't live in the native country of your foreign customers and might not even be native speakers of that language. Language constantly evolves, so even native speakers living outside of their language environment tend to lose touch with their language linguistically and culturally. When you assign translation work to your employees, it almost always results in a delay in release to the new market, because your employee will most likely juggle their regular duties with the additional task of translating. As you start to expand into multiple markets, the workload will overwhelm your in-house employees, and when adding new languages, translating in-house will no longer be sustainable. All this creates chaos and stress inside your organization, which slows down your entrance to new markets and doesn't even ensure quality translation. So, to summarize all this, while you may think that using artificial intelligence or internal resources for your translation will save you time and money, it will, in fact, significantly slow down your release to new markets and might also lead to additional costs. Now you probably understand why companies may not realize the importance of all the aspects of the translation process and what goes into it. And it's not their fault, as translation is not their core service and they are not expert when it comes to the language industry. Companies are expert in their respective fields, whether it's technology, software, or anything else. So if you are an expert in what you do, wouldn't it make more sense to let language experts take care of your translations? Imagine if you worked with a reputable company that has 20+ 5-star reviews on Google, is a recognized leader in the industry, and was named top performing translation firm, top translation services, and the leading global translation company. Don't you think that would be the obvious choice? We are known and praised by our clients for 3 things. Number 1, getting things done in a timely manner. Number 2, producing the highest quality translations using our proven proprietary process. And number 3, scalability, which means we can scale for any markets and any volumes to meet your growing translation requirements. For example, here's what Localization, a client of ours, said about our services. Reliability and quick turnaround time enable us to win the contracts over our competitors. Being able to get things done in weeks and not months is critical to getting these deals done. Art1 Translations has access to the translation tools and resources to reduce the risk of any translation errors and to be able to work and deliver on large projects quickly. Imagine your translation is handled by in-country native translators who are your industry experts with proven quality assurance process and the use of the most sophisticated technology. Don't you think that this will produce much better results? The results that will speak to your customers in their language and feel culturally relevant to them. And isn't that the goal? Companies that work with us treat their translation as an investment rather than an expense. Art1 Translations has enabled hundreds of companies successfully and quickly enter new markets by not only translating their materials, but also by providing expert-level localization services. We will support you in 90+ languages with our extensive network of expert in-country translators. By investing in a language partner like Art1, you pretty much remove all the risk of embarrassment caused by inaccurate translations, because for your project, Art1 handpicks translators specializing in your specific industry. It also means that you can confidently pursue any new markets because the language barrier is pretty much non-existent for you. When you partner with Art1 Translations, you are investing in over 15 years of experience in the translation industry, a track record of successful and satisfied clients, full end-to-end project management, a team of the best talent, including translators, voice artists, transcribers, desktop publishers, media and software engineers, and testers. 90+ languages, hundreds of in-country native industry expert linguists, direct and reliable one point of contact for all communication, a streamlined process for fast turnaround, quick market entrance, guarantee of the highest quality, and most importantly, the confidence of entering new markets backed by a reliable language partner who is there to support you in your international growth, no matter which market you decide to conquer. Here is what JSI Telecom had to say when asked about their experience working with Art1. Whenever I need something, all I do is contact Alina and I get a response in less than an hour. Sometimes it can take as little as 10 minutes to get a response back with all the information I need. I feel confident knowing that if I need something done, Art1 are just an email away and they take care of everything, which makes my life a lot easier and less stressful. The improvements in translation quality help GSI increase credibility and win new business internationally. No longer were their customers spooked by translation errors in sales decks or demos. Instead, they were impressed with the quality of translations that read naturally. Not only did we help improve JSI's translation quality, but we saved them money too. In particular, technical issues with Arabic had led to significant cost overruns in previous projects. They found that working with Art1 allowed them to save over $50,000 on a project while trimming over 2 months from the project timeline. Isn't that amazing? The number one reason clients not only come to us but stay with us is that they know that by working with the Art1 team, they are capable of entering multiple markets without delay. They know that the peace of mind of having a professional language partner who takes care of all their localization needs is priceless. Now that you know all this, you really have only 2 options. Option 1, you can either take what I've taught you here today and try to figure it all out on your own, now that you know that using AI or internal resources won't work, because AI translates words, not concepts, and that your employees will slow down your release to new markets and never be as good as native professional translators who specialize in your industry. Or option 2, you can choose to partner with Art1 Translations, which has delivered on multiple projects just like yours in the past, has the resources that you need, and has a track record of success. You know, they say that a typical lock has over 10,000 false combinations, and there's only one combination that actually unlocks the lock. Who would you rather be, the person who is going through the 10,000 different variations, praying and hoping that they finally unlock the lock? Or would you rather go to the person who already has the code for that lock and who is able to unlock it for you? So with all that said, if you are looking for a trusted language partner who can deliver results time and time again, then working with Art1 Translations should be a no-brainer. The question is, are you going to partner with a language service provider with as many credentials as Art1 and save yourself time and headaches? If the answer is yes, then press the button below and book a call now to see how localization can help you conquer new markets and cut out all the possible time wasted and money lost, and instead work with the best from the very beginning. So are you ready to take your business to new markets? If this is what you're looking for, then just click the button below this video now to guarantee a spot with us to make sure your business grows internationally and has the international recognition it deserves. When you click the button, you will be taken to a page where you can schedule a time that works best for you. So when you land on the next page, you will see a calendar. Just pick a time that suits you best, and once you've done that, you will be taken to a final page where you can tell us a little bit more about your company, what you do, and what you're looking to achieve. And once you've done that, I will send you a link to get on a call with me, and we'll see if we are a good fit to work together and if Art1 Translations can help you achieve your goals. I look forward to speaking with you and truly hope that together we can make sure your business grows internationally and has the international recognition it deserves. Thank you very much for listening to this presentation.